based in Lawrence, which has a population of approximately 114,000 people. Lawrence makes up roughly 80% of Douglas County, but what about the remaining 20%? The outlying communities of Douglas County that make up the 20% are Eudora, with approximately 6,000 people, Baldwin City with approximately 4,500 people, and Lecompton with approximately 600 people. They may be a small percentage, but they have a big voice in how their health department can better serve them. This is their story.
Hello, I want to thank you again for coming here and spending your time with us today. You've heard today and seen from our colleagues some great recommendations focused on the Lawrence area. But in addition to this, we wanted to offer you a campaign that will help you mobilize members of the outlying communities and integrate and solidify your relationship with members of Lecompton, Baldwin City, and Eudora. With that, we'd like to welcome you to the Health on the Move campaign. In the client orientation, you, Mr. Partridge, said,
"Our role is to improve the health and quality of life of all Douglas County residents."
Health on the Move is a campaign designed to bring the promise of good health to all members of Douglas County. All of the programs which are a part of the Health on the Move, and many of which you will see in today's presentation, focus on bringing your services to all residents of Douglas County to improve the health of individuals and communities.
Some of the programs within Health on the Move include a health mobile, the use of community mobilizers, and a Douglas County 5K run. A major element of this campaign is to support and encourage Douglas County residents to get out, exercise, and become active and healthy members of their communities.
Every campaign has an identity of its own. And here you can see a logo that our very own Caroline designed. And it's designed to represent the Health on the Move campaign in general. It communicates the idea of exercise, health, and mobility, and includes your specific brand to give it an individual identity.
"We're Here for You, Douglas County" is a headline that reinforces the health department's identity as a trustworthy friend to members of Douglas County. It is a promise to the communities of Douglas County that you will be their source of information and guidance for health and environmental issues. It is a promise and a step forward to mobilizing health within the community.
The headline can be tailored to each community within Douglas County. For example, "We're Here for You, Baldwin City" will create a more personal message to the people of Baldwin City. We understand that you are considering adopting a new logo for the health department. Here you can see the logo that we have designed for you. We will talk about this design later in the presentation, but ask that you hold tight for the time being.
Health on the Move will have a special focus on the outlying communities of Eudora, Lecompton, and Baldwin City. The campaign will help bring greater awareness of your services to the people of these towns so that they can take full advantage of them and have a greater understanding of your role in promoting good health.
One of your major goals is to promote an active lifestyle and become a mobilizer within the community. The Health on the Move campaign will allow you to become a mobilizer in the farthest reaching parts of Douglas County to ensure a healthier community overall. The outlying communities represent a small yet important part of Douglas County and are eager to receive the benefits of living in a county with a great health department.
Identity. Identity that resonates with all members of Douglas County. Recognizable and reliable, friend and ally. Your Health on the Move campaign will also help you achieve an identity that resonates with all members of Douglas County. Your campaign use of exciting and helpful memorable programs will establish a consistent and reliable presence in the outlying communities. By becoming a key part of their lives, Health on the Move will help you become a friend and ally to these residents.
The logo you see before you is our recommendation for LDC Health's new brand. The hands serve a dual purpose. First, they represent the health department upholding the community and the idea of reliability. Second, they represent a caring nature. The heart represents Lawrence and Douglas County. Your hands will hold and care for this community just as you care for your own families. And that's where you, LDC Health's promise, comes in. We're here for you.
Throughout this presentation, we wanted to make it a little easier to visualize the residents of the outlying communities. So we came up with 3 characters to represent each of the communities. The first of which is Teresa. Teresa is from Lecompton. She's 65 and lives with her husband, Larry. Teresa has a full-time job, and Larry is recently retired. Larry had a stroke last month and was told that he can no longer drive.
Teresa is worried that Larry will not be able to attend his doctor's appointments since she works during the week. There are many people in Lecompton who are just like Teresa and don't know who to go to for help. That's where our campaigns begin.
The Health Mobile will travel to the outlying communities and different locations within Lawrence on a regular basis. Having the Health Mobile available to each community will create consistency and allow for residents like Teresa to know that you are there for them. The Health Mobile will add reliability and consistency that residents from the outlying communities in Lawrence can rely on, just like Teresa.
In the focus group we conducted in Baldwin City, one senior citizen said, "Transportation is always a problem. Anything that can eliminate getting there." And we have the actual quote from the focus group, but it's kind of hard to hear because the woman was soft-spoken, but we wanted to include it so that you could hear the sincerity in her voice.
Transportation is always a problem. Anything you can eliminate getting there.
The Health Mobile will easily solve the transportation barrier by bringing your services to the communities. The Health Mobile will provide vaccinations during flu season, offer medical advice, and provide information about general health. This will increase access to resources for all members of Douglas County, as well as increase brand recognition of the health department. In fact, the Health Mobile is a mobile and visual representation of your identity that keeps on moving towards a healthier community.
This is Joanne from Baldwin City. She's 55 and a mother of 3. All of her children are in high school at Baldwin City. She had an experience with LDCHD when she was younger, and her pediatrician would not give her the children's vaccinations.
Since then, she hasn't been aware of the services that they offer to people in Baldwin City. Last week, the LDCHD was in Baldwin City to provide flu shots, but she wasn't aware until that very morning. She loves the idea of them bringing their services to her and her community, but she would like more notice. This is also where the Health Mobile can come into play.
Community Mobilizers. The Community Mobilizer Program will appoint a group of employees from the Health Department to represent and be held accountable to Baldwin City, Eudora, and Lecompton.
Having one recognizable face for each community will help build trust and a more personal relationship between the residents of Douglas County and the health department. The community mobilizer will make regular visits to his or her designated community and be the go-to contact for people like Joanne in Baldwin City to provide information to the residents about programs, services, and events. This relationship works both ways as a community mobilizer and will also provide LDC Health with important information specifically about the community it serves so that they may reach them in a more efficient and caring manner.
Here is another one of our characters. Andrew is a young parent. He makes just enough money to support his family in this up-and-coming community.
Andrew has one child who attends elementary school in Eudora. Andrew would love for more programs to be integrated into his community to create a more active lifestyle for his family.
The Douglas County On the Move 5K event will be held once a year in one of the outlying communities. The event, which can include a 5K run, a walk, or a day of physical exercise in a public space, will bring together different members of Douglas County to practice healthy habits and work together for a cause.
Inviting residents from all 4 cities of Douglas County to this event will reinforce the message that you serve all members of Douglas County and will help create shared community bonds. This event is tailored to families like that of Andrew's to bring about a more active community. The outlying community that hosts this event will receive a portion of the proceeds to go towards investing in a healthy lifestyle change for that community, such as a walking path.
As you can see on the screen, we have designed some t-shirts that you could give away during the 5K event.
Communication. Bulletin boards, newsletters, town hall meetings, and social media. You will reach out to outlying communities by informing them of events and news through bulletin boards, newsletters, town hall meetings, and social media. Research conducted on these communities suggests that many residents rely on their local bulletin board and post office through town hall meetings that occur regularly. Keeping these messages short and simple will be one of the most effective ways to communicate with our audience. Also, always letting them know you are here for them.
Bulletin boards. Lecompton is an example of a town which relies heavily on its community bulletin board at the local post office. During the Intercept surveys, many Lecompton residents mentioned that they go to the post office to pick up their mail every day as well as pay their water bills. They said that they rely on the post office bulletin board to stay up to date on things happening within the community. This bulletin board will inform residents about when you will be able to visit their town for vaccines and flu shots and other LDC health events happening near them. This is the number one place to reach the people of Lecompton, and you can't beat the price.
Newsletters. Monthly newsletters and local church bulletins. You will produce a monthly newsletter to be included in local church bulletins that community members will see approximately every Sunday. This newsletter can reinforce awareness of the other Health on the Move programs and show upcoming events in which you will participate or host.
A consistent newsletter will allow for residents to stay involved and be more informed on health events and issues, as well as feel as though you are an integral member of their communities. Simple newsletter create top-of-mind awareness as well, so the next time they are looking for a source of health information, they will know you are there.
Town hall meetings provide a way to systematically gather information about the needs and preferences of Douglas County residents. In addition to listening to their needs on an individual basis, it can help create a conversation where members of the community are interacting with each other as well as you.
In an interview with Gary Ortiz, he said, one second.
Could the mayors of the cities get together and convene, the various groups that are trying to help and have a conversation or start a conversation about what's being done and how to, so.
Town hall meetings could help Douglas County take matters of health into their own hands with your guidance. In the client orientation, you mentioned the importance of maintaining dialogue with the residents of Douglas County. Town hall meetings will be an effective way to each members of the outlying communities, including your community mobilizers and town hall meetings will be best because the residents have built trust with them and they are the best recognizable face that you have.
Social media. For the younger communities like Eudora, social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook will help the residents keep up with what is happening in Douglas County and other information.
Carrie, as you mentioned that you are already using Hootsuite. We wanted to reinforce that you can benefit greatly from scheduling social media posts bi-weekly by using Hootsuite. By systematically scheduling posts in advance, you will be able to keep the public in the loop about upcoming events and visits, while maintaining that regularity and consistency that your Douglas County residents expect.
Social media posts can achieve more of a buzz through the use of strategic hashtags, like hashtag LDC Health and hashtag Health on the Move. Repeated use of the Health on the Move hashtag in every post related to the campaign will generate recognition and interest in the overall campaign.
Communications intern assists with scheduling and executing social media posts, writing newsletters, photography, as well as creating news releases. Carrie, after we spent considerable time together in Chicago and in Lawrence, we quickly learned that you have your hands full with various tasks needed for effective communication. With the immense amount of work on your plate, it is clear that you would benefit from hiring an intern to assist you in maintaining the overall communication of the health department. This could include outreach to the outlying communities through social media or through other programs we have recommended.
And exhibits. In an interview with Gary Ortiz, he said, "Help us get some educational outreach." Exhibits such as flyers, giveaways, social media examples, restaurant health code signs, and 5K t-shirts will benefit you in your outreach to Douglas County residents.
These are all examples of ways that you can get your name, services, and message out and allow for visual identity that people will recognize and remember.
As the Red Team mentioned earlier, we made a timetable regarding our programs and when to implement them. If you have any questions about it, they can be answered in the Q&A section of the presentation.
We hope that you will give great consideration to focusing on the outlying communities. Joanne, Andrew, and Teresa are just a few of 1,000 of the residents in need of your help. You can fulfill your commitment to a healthy Douglas County by engaging the outlying communities and launching the Health on the Move campaign. Outlier Communications wants to personally thank you for providing us the opportunity to work with you and the health department to improve the lives of Douglas County residents.
Sorry, one second. But before we conclude with our presentation, we just have one final thing. In the most dramatic fashion possible. We really wanted to bring to life the visual identity of the Health on the Move campaign and what it represents. And we're really proud of the logo that we've come up with and how it symbolizes your ability to fulfill your commitment, as Joe mentioned, for the health of all Douglas County residents. So you could take this to all kinds of events, to school integration, to the 5K run, and other things like that.